you got that clean slate of canvas right now to start training. So I know you're always excited about the beginning of the year and see how it goes from there.
Well, you know, the exciting thing about my job, maybe what keeps guys younger, is you always have young players. They get old, they get sick of you, and they're gone. Jacob's in Golden State, Gary's in Houston. So, you know, you got young guys, they got aspirations. So that part of it's exciting. But the rules have changed so much. They went to 4 hours a week for us on the court this off season. Combine that with, we had 10 practice days for Canada, plus our Canadian trip. So we've been together a lot already. So it's not as, the old days there's a lot of unknown practices starting, but our new guys have been here since the beginning of June, except for Prince. He just got here, and he's only 17, so taking it slow with him. But we've been in the gym a lot together already, so very different team, obviously, with the three leading scorers probably gone from the team, but excited for some other guys to be able to show what they can do.
In the infant stages of everything getting going here, you lost a lot of leadership.
Yeah.
How vital is it now to have some of these guys step up and grab that role?
Probably my biggest point of emphasis, other than some change in the things we need to do offensively, obviously featuring things around Jarron a lot more this year, is our leadership. My emphasis on doing my job, which is teaching a guy like Jarron, guys like Kane and Justin, Trey Scott, Nasir Brooks, you know, that it's their team and they have to take ownership. You can't just worry about yourself. You got to make sure your teammates are all ready. And it's a different, you know, it's different. And as a coach, you can't just say you need to be more of a leader. As a coach, you got to show guys how to do things. You can't just say, hey, you got to shoot better. You got to teach them how to shoot better. It's the same thing with leadership. So we've spent a lot of time on that this summer. And part of it's challenging guys, but it's the everyday follow-up and trying to empower players, and whether it's showing them videos of great leaders in our game or great leaders in other games, everything you can do to try to get a guy to understand what that's about and their mindset, how important that is. So we've had multiple guys already speak to our team on that. So guys that played professional, guys that played here. But that's a big part of what we have to replace, not just the basketball side of it, but you know, Gary obviously was such a great leader, and Jacob was such a rock for us as well. Kyle's energy was off the charts.
What was your biggest takeaway from the Canada trip and how you guys played there?
Well, we only played 3 games. More of it was the 10 extra days of practice. Just trying to get the guys used to playing without Gary and Kyle on the low block. Very different style of offense for us. If we can't score in transition, you can throw it to either guy and they score. If you double them, they kick it out. So a lot of, really a bulk of what we did last year. Where now we have to have more movement, more screening, and do a lot more pick and roll, a lot more baseline screens. But we have, you know, when you lose certain guys can do certain things, you have other guys who are better at other things. So, you know, whether it's Eliel or Trey or Nasir, like in particular, those guys are all excellent screeners. They're excellent rollers to the rim. They're fast athletes. So you have to accentuate that as their coach. So that was the biggest thing we had to really work on. We spent the bulk of the summer working on the changes we needed to make to our offense. And making sure that we got the floor spread out, because Gary and Kyle could shoot the 3, and our big guys really don't shoot the 3. So we still got to be able to maintain some spacing. So really the summer and Canadian trip in general was emphasis on our offense.
Are any of the changes you've made similar to something you've done in the past, like maybe when Sean or Troy were?
Similar, you know, with SK, a lot, you know, some of the stuff we did with SK. And it was a little different because Justin Jackson was an elite passer as a big guy. So we've really worked hard on that with some of our big guys. And you know, a lot of it is trial and error too. You're trying to try some things. You know, you got time in the summer to see what we're good at, and see, you know, what Trey, Nasir, and Eliel, what they can handle on offense as they're out there. You know, are they good dribble handoff guys, or are they better off in the pick and roll? Things of that nature. But yeah, definitely. But you know, here our defense usually doesn't change in the way we do things, but offensively you have to change to fit your personnel.
some coaches on the court that be
No, just one.
on the court, but off the
Oh,
court.
you're talking about players.
Yeah. How does that transition work?
Yeah, you talking about Larry or Gary?
Yeah, Larry.
Just, you know, Darren and Antoine have been with me so long. You know, Jaquan played for me. TJ Wolf played for me at Murray State. Mark Berger's been with me since I was with Hugs, and he was my right-hand man. Back then, your manager was like your fourth, fifth, and sixth guy. So we've been together a long time. So, you know, we'll see. Obviously now too, we have DeMar. He's coming back off knee surgery though. But DeMar's allowed to. He's a student coach because he's a full-time student. So it's not like the old days where you had two guys doing everything.
Are there any details about Larry's retirement that you're able to share with us?
Just it was a shock to me, and you know, obviously emotional for me. Been with him so long. You know, we've been so close for a long time. You know, I love the guy. So, but definitely a shock. Obviously emotional. But right now, my focus is on what we're going to do. So I've talked to some coaches that are obviously we're in the middle of recruiting too. So I'm trying to do two things at once. So I've talked to some guys that are semi-like retired that could maybe fill in for a season, and would that be the right fit? And can I get them, talk them out of Florida? Or I have young guys on my staff that obviously have aspirations. But ultimately, I have to do the best thing for our program. So I would think, you know, whatever we do, it'll probably be done within the next week, and it'll be temporary.
If I get you to look back a little bit, what are you going to personally miss about coaching with Larry?
Well, he's excellent. If the guys would tell you, his individual instruction on the court, you know, he's known as was known for years as from back. He's a five-star guy, so I don't know. Younger guys don't know what five-star means, but five-star, the camp's all about improvement. You know, back when I was at the end of five-star when I got in, but it was really all about. Back then, Michael Jordan and Isaiah Thomas, they actually went to basketball camp in the hot sun and got yelled at and worked hard. You know, nowadays that doesn't happen anymore. So he was renowned even amongst the group of guys like Rick Pitino and guys like that as just an excellent individual workout guy. So, you know, that's obviously something that I'm gonna have to do a lot of this year with him gone. That's okay, I need to get back in shape.
How excited are you to get the season started off?
I'm very excited. Just ready for the first practice and get ready for the first big game against Ohio State.
Coach was talking about you guys losing a lot of leadership last year with Gary and everyone. He was talking about people needing to step up, and your name got brought up. How do you feel like taking over this team and being one of the leaders?
Yeah, I definitely got to step up. Like losing Jacob, Gary, and Kyle is a very big part of the team, but we got to focus and progress as a team this year and get ready.
How does one go about that? Have you always been? Did you know that was going to be your role? And have you always known that this was what you had to do, or was it something that coach came to you and said he needed you to step up?
I'd say something probably coach came up to me and said I need to step up because I was one of the players that played last year and knew the game, kind of. So playing with Kyle, Jacob, and Gary, I learned a lot from them.
You're usually not much of a person who likes to do interviews and be vocal, at least around us. Will you be more vocal around your teammates this year?
Yes, I'll be way more vocal. Help them during practice, out of practice, trying to help them try to learn the game and make it easy on them.
You got a little taste of this team in Canada. With, you know, losing so much, what kind of style, what kind of play can the fans expect to see out of you guys?
Fast-paced team, running up and down the floor. We're definitely gonna have to do that this year. We're gonna be very fast, actually, and we're gonna be in good conditioning and play great defense.